a sex-starved marriage. It's a phrase whispered in hushed tones, often laden with shame and confusion. But behind the label lies a very real struggle, a silent disconnect that erodes the very core of a relationship. It's not just about the lack of physical intimacy, though that plays a significant role. It's about the longing for connection, the yearning for that spark of desire that once ignited passion and closeness. Couples often find themselves in this disheartening situation for a myriad of reasons. Stress, hormonal changes, and the relentless demands of life can all take a toll on libido and emotional intimacy. Yet beneath the surface, a lack of communication often festers, creating a chasm between partners. Recognizing the signs of a sex-starved marriage is crucial. It requires open and honest communication, a commitment to understanding each other's needs, and a shared desire to reignite the flame that once burned so brightly. Intimacy, the lifeblood of any thriving relationship, suffers profoundly in a sex-starved marriage. The absence of physical closeness creates a void, a palpable emptiness that permeates every aspect of the partnership. Touch, once a source of comfort and reassurance, becomes infrequent and awkward. Kisses, once charged with longing and affection, transform into perfunctory gestures devoid of genuine emotion. The lack of physical intimacy often begets emotional distance. Conversations become superficial, shared laughter fades, and a wall of silence gradually separates them. Resentment builds as partners feel rejected and undesirable. Insecurity takes root, whispering doubts about their attractiveness and worthiness of love. The fear of rejection becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, pushing couples further apart and deepening the chasm between them. The constant yearning for physical and emotional closeness, coupled with the pain of unmet needs, takes a heavy toll, leaving individuals feeling depleted, isolated, and utterly alone. While the symptoms of a sex-starved marriage are often glaringly obvious, the root causes can be more elusive. It's rarely about one partner simply not finding the other attractive anymore. Instead, it's often a complex interplay of factors that converge to dampen desire and create a chasm of disconnect. One common culprit is stress. Hormonal changes, particularly in women, can also impact libido, leading to a decreased interest in sex. Unresolved conflicts and emotional baggage can also sabotage intimacy. Past traumas, relationship betrayals, and unhealed wounds can create invisible barriers, blocking intimacy and fostering a sense of distance and distrust. When one partner consistently feels pressured or rejected, it can lead to feelings of resentment, guilt, and inadequacy, further exacerbating the issue. In the intricate dance of relationships, communication reigns supreme. It's the bridge that connects two souls, allowing them to navigate the inevitable storms and emerge stronger on the other side. And in a sex-starved marriage, communication becomes not just a bridge, but a lifeline. However, broaching the topic of sex can feel like navigating a minefield. Shame, fear of judgment, and the vulnerability of exposing one's deepest desires can create seemingly insurmountable barriers. The key is to approach the conversation with compassion, empathy, and a genuine desire to understand your partner's perspective. Use I statements to convey your own experiences and avoid blaming or shaming your partner. Focus on expressing your love and commitment to the relationship, even as you navigate this challenging terrain. Let's meet Sarah and David, a couple in their late 40s, grappling with the all-too-common issue of a sex-starved marriage. Their story, like many others, is a tapestry woven with the threads of unmet needs, unspoken desires, and the gradual erosion of intimacy. Once deeply in love, they now find themselves sleeping in a bed that feels more like a battlefield than a sanctuary. Sarah, a successful executive, feels the weight of the world on her shoulders. The demands of her high-pressure job, coupled with the responsibilities of raising two teenagers, leave her feeling emotionally drained and physically exhausted. David, a sensitive and supportive partner, feels the distance between them growing wider with each passing day. He longs for Sarah's touch, her kisses, her warmth, not just physically but emotionally as well. He craves the intimacy they once shared, the feeling of being desired and cherished. Their story is a poignant reminder that sex-starved marriages don't happen overnight. Navigating the treacherous terrain of a sex-starved marriage requires not only open communication, but also an awareness of the common pitfalls that can derail even the most well-intentioned efforts. One such pitfall is anger. When one partner consistently feels rejected or neglected, it's natural for anger to surface. However, anger, if not managed constructively, can create further distance and escalate conflict. Another common mistake is withdrawal. When faced with emotional pain, some individuals retreat into themselves, creating an emotional fortress that's difficult to penetrate. Criticism, often disguised as a plea for change, can be incredibly damaging. Instead of criticizing, focus on expressing your needs and desires in a positive and loving way. For example, instead of saying, "You never initiate sex anymore," try saying, "I miss feeling close to you and would love to explore ways to reignite our physical intimacy." Finally, avoid making assumptions. Rekindling the flame in a sex-starved marriage requires a multifaceted approach, addressing both physical and emotional aspects of intimacy. It's about rediscovering the joy of connection, the spark of desire, and the deep sense of love. Prioritize quality time together. Schedule regular date nights, even if it's just for an hour a week. Physical touch is crucial. Hold hands, hug, cuddle. These small gestures rebuild the physical and emotional bridge. Explore each other's love languages. Finally, consider seeking professional guidance. A couples therapist can help rebuild intimacy and strengthen your bond. Understanding the science of desire can be empowering for couples grappling with a sex-starved marriage. For years, the belief was that desire spontaneously arose, leading to arousal and sexual activity. Dr. Emily Nagoski's research challenges this, proposing a circular model where arousal often precedes desire. Engaging in pleasurable activities can ignite desire, even if you don't feel aroused initially. This perspective is liberating, especially for women conditioned to expect spontaneous desire. Embracing this and communicating openly can create a more fulfilling sexual experience. At its core, a sex-starved marriage is a connection crisis. It's about the yearning for that deep sense of intimacy, belonging, and emotional safety that forms the bedrock of any thriving relationship. While sex plays a vital role in fostering connection, it's not the only ingredient in the recipe for a fulfilling and passionate partnership. Prioritizing connection means making a conscious effort to nurture the emotional bond you share. It's about being fully present with each other, listening attentively to what the other has to say, and responding with empathy and understanding. It's about creating a safe space where both partners feel comfortable expressing their vulnerabilities, fears, and deepest desires. Connection thrives on shared experiences. Make time for activities that you both enjoy, whether it's hiking, cooking together, or simply cuddling up on the couch and watching a movie. The key is to create moments of joy, laughter, and shared connection that remind you why you fell in love in the first place. By nurturing the emotional connection, you create fertile ground for passion, intimacy, and a love that deepens and flourishes over time.